Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are, and welcome back to HyperDrive Time, where tonight, or today, or whenever, I had the distinct misfortune of sitting through episode 4 of The War Between the Land and the Sea, a show that now feels less like television and more like a hostage situation. Whatever faint momentum episode 3 accidentally stumbled into is gone, replaced by dialogue so on the nose it may as well be shooting at you through a megaphone. It is unbearable. It is self-satisfied. It's increasingly clear that this series thinks scolding the audience counts as storytelling. We will be breaking down episode 4, which is easily the worst yet, and then pivot to some other stories as well. There's plenty going on in the world of movies, so buckle up and support the channel. Tonight's stream is going to be kind of a stress test.
This show is intended for adult audiences. You know, people with bills, backaches, responsibilities, and a functioning sense of humor. It contains strong language, stronger opinions, and the kind of jokes that might send the emotionally fragile into a full-blown meltdown. If you're easily offended, perpetually outraged, or think words are violence, this is your cue to clutch your pearls, grab a blankie, and sprint to your nearest safe space. Or, you know, just get in the sea. We won't miss you. For everyone else, buckle up and let's have some laughs.
Rated D for dickhead.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard, coping and seething.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body?
I'm gonna come.
Nice tits.
A real set of badonkers. Packing some Doban hunkeros, Baghanaga hooks, humongous hungalamga no logangas.
I want people in the industry to be a little bit louder about people being mean to other people, and maybe say it's not a good thing.
I don't really care, Margaret.
Hello. I'm off. Basically, run.
What's going down, babes? Show me the loving.
Silence! You are too gay to be the doctor.
I'm wonderful, and I'm the most amazing person in the universe.
Exterminate!
I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Bad news.
Engines roar through the ash gray skies. The wasteland burns, but hope won't die. Every screen's a twisted lie, built to break us, make us comply. They poison the heroes, rewrite the tales, turn legends to dust, leave us frail. But we're not done, we won't bow down. Through the wreckage, we'll take the crown. Steel hearts ignite, fire in our veins. Freedom's calling, breaking the chains. They can't erase what we already know. HyperDrive now.
Yeah, baby, yes, that's right. Hello. How we doing, everybody? And welcome back. Yeah, straight out of hell. Welcome back to Will of the Fans. My name is Will. You know the drill, and it's drive time somewhere, which means it's HyperDrive time everywhere. So, ladies and gentlemen, and nothing in between, welcome once again to another voyage of discovery, racing through the wastes of the internet to the further reaches of sanity on a never-ending quest to rid the universe of absolute bollocks.
What the hell is even that?
What the hell is even that? Exactly. Indeed, we will be looking into the war between the land and the sea, the war between literally nothing and even less. It is, oh my God, bad. Bad, 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 bad. Seriously, it is as bad as having bad news for someone. Seriously, bad.
I've got some bad news. Bad news.
Bad show. I have had enough of Russell T. motherfucking Davis. I swear to you guys, I swear this guy badly needs to never, ever, ever work again. He is the absolute hackiest of hacks who ever hacked. The writing is amateurish as fuck. The characterization is immature. Absolutely like teenage level immature. Like a 16-year-old wrote this. It's freaking terrible. Like, you can't have a show that is supposed to be doing something completely silly and then have it also try to be incredibly weighty and serious and also completely silly. It doesn't work, Russell. It's never fucking worked. It didn't work with Doctor Who, and it's not working now. So suck on that, you useless saucer of pus. I really have had enough of this man. I want to meet him somehow. I want to get on a Zoom call with this guy so I can tell him to go fuck himself. He is a worthless, amateurish hack who never should have been hired to do anything by anyone ever except possibly sweep brothel floors or something like that. I genuinely don't know what this guy can do. He is that bad. And I really am that pissed off because I have to keep watching this stupid crap that this motherfucker writes and pumps out for us to fucking consider watching. Unfortunately, for you guys, you don't have to because I've bitten the bullet for you. You know, I'll probably be having fun by the end of it, but when I think about that fucking guy out there somewhere writing more unbelievable shit for people that other people are going to have to watch, I just want to go and actually find a way to get in touch with this guy, like firsthand, and tell him to just fucking stop. Just stop. You suck, man. Jesus. And if I could also, I'd just take over the BBC and fire everyone and then shut it down, pocket the money, whatever I can, and start my own fucking broadcast network. No, I'll just use my YouTube channel. I'll just pay actors and make my own damn TV show and put it all on YouTube. Fucking hell. Membership wall. Speaking of which, I see him coming in. Thank you, guys. Oh, God. See, I just really needed to get that off my chest. It's been brewing in me for about 3 hours since I finished watching that wretched TV show. Oh my God, it really is that fucking bad. Talk about some absolute bollocks.
What the hell is even that?
I swear to God, I was so angry when I finished watching this piece of shit. Anyway, before we set off, of course, guys, please ensure that you, unlike me, I'm losing my mind. Please ensure that you keep your brains inside the vehicle at all times with your eyeballs firmly screwed to this, if you don't mind. And of course, let's see who's along for the ride today. We've got a few people in the chat already, which is very nice. It's a little bit of an intimate stream, and I may have to start streaming during the day again as well, because I feel like a lot of people are missing out at this particular window. You know, they can't all make it. But we'll see about that. We'll see. It's fucking brave new world, isn't it? Derek Smith is here, pre-liking the stream. You got to love it, as is Helzo. Discuss thing, friend of the channel, and Sunday panelist, says licked. We'll try to at least lurk from work. Was that meant to rhyme? Probably not. First licking, then lurking. Thank you very much. Demon Lilith is here, says there will be licking of the stream. Well, it is what it is, I suppose. John's in the chat. He's going to be having some real fun listening to me react to this shit. I mean, we had even just a tiny little tweet exchange earlier on, and I could tell he was vibing with it because he saw it yesterday. He tried to warn me, and oh boy, was he ever right. And even more, it gets terrible. Terrible. Oh boy. Lilith is in the chat. Thank you, Lilith, as well. Picasso is here, lolling his head off. Thank you. Or I assume his head off. Thank you. And Skibbity's here. Long time no see, Skibbity. Good to see you again, buddy. I like that you I like that you're back. Previously, he had taken a little sabbatical, but we have him back, and that's very, very good. Skibbity, dub. Yes. Yes, Sardoc's here as well. Hello, my Smeegs and Fishminges. Fishminges. How does that even fucking work? What do they smell like? No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. God, I'm going to die today. I swear today's the day. Oh, appreciate you guys being here in the chat. And of course, we've also got Garrett is here. Paul Thomas Ashworth is here. St. Hugo is here. Rufus says, what brain? Right. Indeed. Yes, there you go. Survived the colonoscopy. Well, that's good. Hopefully that's not a real colonoscopy, because watching this show was like having a colonoscopy. Not that I was awake for a colonoscopy ever in my life. And I don't think I've ever had one either, actually. That was my mother. But there you go. John. Fuck you, John. You're fired. No, sorry, wait. No, that's Toasty. That's not me. There we go. I appreciate you guys. You're all being fucking awesome in the chat. I can see what you're up to already. So, of course, guys, make sure that you like the stream, no matter where you're watching, whether you're here or on Rumble or somehow pirating it from some VPN somewhere. I don't fucking know, as if anyone would do that for me. Like the stream.
Like the stream.
You random favorite clip for everything now. I don't have a reason to play it. I just play it because I see it and I'm like, oh yeah, I love that. Always cheers me up. And of course, if you are liking the stream, there are other things you might want to do too. You can, of course, support the channel in various ways, which I would very much appreciate, as this is my main source of income. And that means, you know, your in-flight entertainment can be found by joining the Grift Force. Helps keep the ship in the skies. And of course, if you got some comments or something, or you just feel sorry for me, well, you can just tape it to some cash, throw it at my face. I'll read it out and we'll all have a good time and maybe see some tits at the end of the night. Goal is 2 out of 4. We are halfway to another Jackbox. We got to hit the goal. Goal's $100. If we can get there between the lot of us before the end of the show, then we'll get to 3 out of 4. And that's how that works. I know, right? Stunning. Anyway, that's enough grifting. Appreciate you guys have already been busy. St. Hugo has gifted 1 for the Grift Force and for the princesses, and Paul Thomas Ashworth has gifted 5 more. So that is 6 we got straight out of the gate for the Grift Force, for the princesses. Love you guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Let's go, Grift Force! Doing it for the princesses!
Says he had propofol. I had to watch the episode raw. That's true. I didn't even have a beer today while I was watching it because I've been on a diet for the last month or so. You might be able to tell I've lost a little weight. Not that the scales are showing it. Damn traitorous bastard scales, but I look a lot better. So I guess that's really what it's about. What is propofol again? Oh, of course, it's a sedative used when you are having surgeries and things like that. Often called milk of amnesia. I forgot about that. Well, I suppose good for you. Yeah, you can probably barely remember it then. Allow me to take you back. John's in the chat. Member for 11 months now. Look at that. You lucky bastard. I said, you lucky. I'm lucky. Prepare for soggy cringe. Time to get wet in the sea. Do I have to? Go. Garrett Griffin is here with the $10 banger. Says, have a little compensation for your sacrifice. You know, that does make it better. That makes it better, chat. That really helps. And say thank you to Garrett for calming me down a little. Although I'm sure you'll enjoy watching me get wrecked and felted again, having to go through this piece of shit. But Garrett, thank you very much for the 10. That's a 10, baby. Appreciate.
10. Drop it.
Yeah. Buddy, appreciate you. Thank you very much for doing that. I really do appreciate it. All right. Good start. We're doing well. We're doing very well, actually. I'm not sure how well, but quite well. Somewhere like about 20%, maybe. Not sure. We'll find out, I suppose. Maybe more than that. Maybe like 30%. Somewhere like around that sort of area. Anyway, thank you. So let's get into it then. We have got a lot to talk about. Episode 4 of The War Between the Land and the Sea is where the show finally collapses under the weight of its own nonsense. While more of it happens on paper, at least, more happens than you might be used to. However, almost none of it makes any sense. Either logically or tonally. Scenes just sort of jump abruptly, as in important moments that we probably should have seen get skipped. There are a couple of instances of this where it's sort of like something happened and we didn't get to see that. And it feels like that was an important thing that we probably should have witnessed. But if that's probably got something to do with the fact that this, in Russell's head, was probably a full 13 episodes or something like 10, and he only got to make 5 with Disney money, so a lot just ended up on the floor. And you know, I'm not really complaining because I don't want to see any more of this terrible show. I'm so glad that next week is the last episode and then my duty is complete. But yeah, like there are tons of things that don't seem to make sense. The tone is all over the place in this episode. 1 minute it's heavy and serious and dramatic and mournful, then it's lusty and sexy, then it's jokey, then it's back to serious, and oh god, man. Russell, you are the worst writer in the UK. The worst writer. I don't even know if he wrote this episode. It's probably Pete McTeague again, but it's Russell's ideas. You suck. Anyway, scenes just do jump abruptly. Important moments feel skipped or half explained, and one character motivation just swings wildly from one scene to the next as we get to know them no better, but we're supposed to, I suppose. But of course, that's one of the big problems with it, is that these characters keep fundamentally seeming to change. Their behavior changes, their motivations change, their attitudes change. Just so much changes about them from episode to episode that it's scarcely the same character twice. It's really weird. Like Barkley, for example, was a congenital coward and a complete doormat in episode 1. And yet, what, a week later in episode 4, he's much more assertive, even a little cocky at times, makes little quips and stuff. It's not the same guy. I don't know how Russell Tovey manages to keep me sort of engaged with this character as the only one I give a shit about. But he does, and yet the character definitely doesn't make any sense. The things he does are things he wouldn't do, as established in episode 1, and yet he does them anyway. So I don't know. As a short review goes, this is about as good as I can get. You know, these things just don't make sense. The plot, I mean, doesn't make sense at all. Authority structures are completely inconsistent. Technology behaves however the script needs it to for a scene and then differently later, and coincidences just seem piling up all the time. These random things that just happen to be the way they are in order for the character to do a thing that they need to do in order to get to the next scene. These kinds of contrivances are everywhere. It's completely absurd. These things would never happen in real. I mean, the whole premise is fucking ridiculous, let's be honest, but if this did happen, it would never have played out like this, not in a million years. So it does almost become parody at a certain point, but not funny with it at all. This episode doubles down on its worst instincts: heavy-handed political messaging, more cartoonish villainy, and dialogue that veers between preachy, juvenile, and unintentionally, absurd. Attempts at emotional depth instead become deeply uncomfortable, undermining both tension and credibility. You are literally going, how's that going to work? When a romantic scene happens, you're like, that can't happen. That doesn't make sense. I've been saying a lot about Wet Side Story for a few weeks now. Can confirm, buddy. Can confirm. It's true. It's a thing. I was right. And yet I don't feel like a winner. I think we're all losers. Well, you guys aren't. You didn't have to watch. But I am for watching. So hopefully this will make it worth my while. Anyway, yeah, the tone is just all over the place. As I said, it goes from grim to silly to brazen to bizarrely intimate without warning, leaving the whole thing feeling completely incoherent. There is ambition here in terms of what they wanted to try to do with the plot, especially in this episode. Unfortunately, it is buried under cringe, confusion, and complete self-indulgence. By the end, the episode feels less like a drama and more like an endurance test. I really did at one point actually leave the room, go downstairs, and empty my cat's litter tray. Almost robotically. I went down for a drink, saw it, and thought, oh yeah, I should do that. It's been a few days. I didn't have to do it right now. I just chose to rather than watching more of this. You are the worst, Russell. The worst. It's not even worth calling him like Rusty Tin Dildo or making jokes about it anymore. You are fucking objectively terrible, Russell T. Davis. Quit now. Run. Do something else. Become a farmer or something. Just go away from television. You do not belong here. And there's one aspect of the episode that if you saw WTF Live with the boys on Tuesday, then you probably already know about. But there is this one aspect of it that happens almost immediately in the episode that completely breaks the entire story. And I'm not going to say what it is yet because technically this is the non-spoiler section of the review. But it's the equivalent of telling Frodo that it doesn't really matter if the ring gets destroyed because Sauron's not really that much of a threat in the first place. And yet everybody's still behaving the exact same way that they do in the story of the Lord of the Rings. It's that bad. Universe destroying, threat destroying, stakes eliminating trash. Absolute trash. Excuse me a moment. See, we need water. Kate. Anyway, it is that bad. That's it. That's my review. It's freaking terrible. I award it 2 out of 10 for existing and being successfully streamed, or in my case, acquired another way. Yeah. Anyway, it's time for us to move on to the full spoiler breakdown section of the review. Now, this can go on for a while, so hold on to your hats. Because while you can't spoil what is already rotten, you can certainly show people some really terrible stuff. And unfortunately, that is what I'm going to be doing for the next better part of an hour, probably. So hope you hold on to your hats, because we are going to get into the good, the bad, and the All right, episode 4 begins with a recap of the previous 3 episodes, although it actually really only recaps episode 3. So we're at the point now where if you didn't see 1 and 2, you might not know what's going on, and you'd be lucky. You'd definitely be lucky if you didn't know what's going on. We get the full recap from episode 3 right up until the ridiculous, malevolent laughter of Dick Dastardly and the Legion of Doom, along with the assembly of the fishmen in their thousands, apparently, or hundreds at least. I don't know. Then we get Kate, of course, getting nearly killed, and instead her boyfriend gets killed, and of course Ted, the South African, because of course you need a racist. Yeah, and it's easy to write a South African white guy as racist, so that's what Russell does because he doesn't have any imagination. Being a racist and destroying everything. Then we cut back to just before. Well, no, we get through to stupid credits and the washed out palette. Who wrote it? Yeah, Pete McTeague. Go to hell, Pete McTeague. Okay, then we get a recap of him giving the orb, only to get tackled by our boy Barclay. 1 second, I'm just gonna pop the subtitles on so that I, although there hasn't been any dialogue yet, but I'm gonna make sure that there is a clear indicator so that I can remember the lines because some of them are so appallingly bad. All right, we saw this. It explodes. Now we get to see what actually happens. Boom! You all get felted. Yeah. Literally everybody dies. Everybody dies. All of the characters we've come to know, dead. And I'm glad, frankly. I hated them all. Every single person that was there, dead, apparently. We think. So possibly. Certainly, at least the humans are all dead. That much we do get. It dwells on it quite a bit. Why am I so thirsty? Must be all the water on the screen. Anyway, we get this one random shot of in the midst of it all, Salt. Oh, fucking hell. Salt screams and grabs Barclay and gets him the hell out of there. As they make their way away, and the water comes rushing in, and I feel like Barclay's insides would have already exploded from the sudden pressure. But hey, it is what it is. You know, we as they move along. Do we get to see it here? Yep. Yes, that is a kiss between two characters, or as you might also refer to it, what is it that she refers to it as later? The pressure of two orifices sealed together in order to preserve a hyperbaric shield for the maintenance of your lung capacity. Do you know, I've seen this before. This has been done before. I can't even remember where I've seen it before. Is it a Disney movie? It's some cartoon. I can't think. But I've definitely seen this before. Somewhere better. Regardless, then, fucking hell, what a world. So everyone's gone flying, and somehow Salt has grabbed Barclay. No idea why, because she barely knows him, but apparently has this sort of intimate connection with him. So she's decided to kiss him to keep him alive and fly him out at breakneck speed that would probably kill him anyway. Because I think there's a little bit more to it than just lung capacity, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, Kate here, crawling around, urgent assistance required, estimate floor 35. She explains what's happened, and there we go. Shirley's taken control because she heard another gunshot. Kate ducks. She doesn't know if she's alive. Then we get the report that integrity of the sea bubble has been lost, although I was wondering what the hell she was talking about. I didn't realize UNIT had this good a read on what was going on down there, considering that they couldn't communicate with the people the last week. But hey, continuity doesn't matter, does it? Fuck it, whatever. Anyway, they detect that there's been an explosion, apparently. Says everybody's dead. We wish everybody was dead, but not everybody is dead. Shirley's on command. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. A squad shows up to take out the gunman who shot Kate, apparently. And they know what's going on. Kate, of course, is fuming because her boyfriend, who's 21 years younger than her, by the way, just got felted. So he's dead and she's furious. Anyway, whatever. Then we get a news report showing that evidently everybody does indeed know that the explosion happened, except, of course, for the fact that Salt and Barclay are on their way to the surface. And interestingly, when she's breathing, like as they're moving, you get this sort of noise, which is like air, but that's not what would be happening. That sound effect doesn't make sense when you're underwater. There's no sound to hear air underwater. Fuck it. Anyway, then we get this report that says that the human diplomats have all perished. There was an underwater explosion, a major escalation in the war. There's the sound as they rush to the surface somehow without him, turning to soup or anything like that. The Homo Aqua ambassador, that would be Salt, says this is a warning to the human race. Your diplomats are dead. They feed our children now. The same fate will befall anyone who enters our waters. These are our borders now. The time for diplomacy is over. But of course, we know that that's not something she said, and we know that she is actually much more on side with trying to bring about peace than she appeared in episode 2, when she was being a straight up bitch the entire way through. But whatever, she even turned into a dude at one point. Whatever, she says the water of the world is ours. It will never be yours again. And immediately, because it's so evil, guys, everything just has to be so evil. Like it's like it's written for kids, it's like Dick Dastardly, it's like Wacky Races, like flying machines, it's like vaudeville, But anyway, for whatever reason, Unit immediately say, well, that doesn't make sense, must be a deep fake. And I just thought to myself, does anyone even still use the term deep fake anymore? When was this written? Like 3 years ago? No one says deep fake anymore. We all just say AI, But whatever. I suppose a deep fake is a little bit more than just AI. You have to replicate the voice and everything, but I don't fucking know. However, Barclay, immediately has made it. A helicopter picks him up, and then he's just on this ship, and immediately any tension that was created by no one having a clue what's going on is de-escalated by Barclay immediately telling Shirley everything that actually went on downstairs. So that's what's happening now. They were crushed. Everyone's dead, Dave. Everybody is dead. Yes, Gordon Bennett, everybody is dead, Dave. And she says, well, if it's any consolation, it was probably instantaneous. And he goes, oh no, they knew. I know they knew. How do you know what they fucking knew, mate? You survived. Whatever, it doesn't matter anyway. She says, how did you survive? Oh wait, no, that's Kate. Kate arrives because she doesn't switch off. Even in the situation she's just been in, she immediately goes back to work and says, how the hell did you survive? And he says, I'm not sure I did. Oh, that is the perfect screenshot. Oh no, don't do that. Hold on. Hey, there we go. I've got to get that. Oh yes, sir. That's mine. I'll be keeping that. Thank you. Barclay. All right, cool. Anyway, on to the show. So, yeah, I'm not sure I did survive. I think maybe you did, mate. I think you did. Ridiculous line. It's totally stupid. She says you were lucky and alludes to losing a lot of people. Of course, we know she lost her bloke. She would be very upset about that because she's never going to find another guy that's 39 years old who wants to shag a 60-year-old. So, womp, I guess. At least she already has a daughter, apparently. I forgot about that, if I ever knew it. That comes up. Your daughter is in Dubai or some shit like that. So, I mean, it's not like she's particularly worried. What was she exactly doing with this guy besides robbing his potential opportunity to have children himself one day? What is wrong with Russell, man? Anyway, so yeah, it goes on and on and on. Everybody knows that they're talking about her boyfriend. Everybody knew about her boyfriend. And then he says, that broadcast was fake. She saved my life. She's here with us. You took her on board. She could have escaped, but she didn't. Well, actually, it turns out later that she could not have escaped. As soon as she chose to help him, she was fucked on the fishy side of things. So, he's a bit pissed off because it turns out they've put her in a big freaking tank thing here. And it's weird, right? At this point, you've got to assume that she's pretty much on side with saving Barclay. So she might be willing to talk, considering that, you know, she was willing to talk to them before all this. But now they've got her in this tank, and then she sort of goes dunk up against it and screams like, Rah! It's fucking awful, guys. Awful. All right. Boy, this seems like a long time ago now, doesn't it? No, it was actually not, because they're throwing these episodes at us. Won't even let me have a week between them, bastards. So they confirm that they're all dead, basically. For some reason, they're reading from The Guardian, and I do not know why anybody would be doing that. They, for some reason, they are. I don't get it, but whatever. Anyway, apparently they get names. They name this woman. Her name was Captain Mackey. Apparently, I don't know. Or Austin Pierce is confirmed dead. Yay! I don't have to listen to that fucking accent anymore, because General Austin Pierce is finally dead, so that's good. The Asian lady who made the base jokes in the first episode is also dead. So, oh well. Apparently, they don't have bodies to bury, of course. So she picks up her sketchbook and says she was always drawing. I don't remember this at all, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, she tells everybody to bugger off so she can talk to Kate in person, and says, give us 10 minutes, wheels herself around there. It's gone quiet. She says, you're going to need a personal guard. She says she's not going to have a personal guard. Okay. You did just get a fucking assassin attempt on your life. They might try again. But apparently you're not going to do anything about that. Okay, whatever. They find the guy who killed, what was his name? You know, boy toy, Ibrahim, was some Greek mercenary, ex-military, born in Athens in 1985, a very good year, if you ask me. Been invisible. So it doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter, because they're just making small talk so that when Kate cries, it's a little bit shocking. Not that it is shocking. She should be crying, you know. She really, really, really should be crying, but she's trying to stifle it because, you know, women have to be like men in TV now. Oh, my God. I'm going to die of thirst. Anyway, how we doing? Yeah, not too bad, I suppose. Doesn't matter anyway. Then she says, the question is, who hired him? And I thought to myself, well, isn't it obvious? No, apparently, because Russell T. Davies is not content to make it so obvious who the bad guys are and then actually just let them be the bad guys. You see, they have to be just as confused as everybody else, including the audience, as yet another clandestine group will appear in this show. Or not appear, but you know what? Let's just get there. Fuck it. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, the Prime Minister is talking to French bitch and American dick about, oh, that's it, yeah, the Institute of Las Clementi. The Clement, okay. I don't really know who they're supposed to be, but apparently they're the ones who hired the assassin. And you would be thinking, if you had paid attention to the continuity of this wretched show, that they might be talking about their own group, you know, this severance thing, right? No, as it turns out, the bomb and all of the other stuff and the assassination attempts had nothing at all to do with severance. And it was a red herring that they discovered it at the same moment. Anyway, it will become clear anyway, so there will be no like conspiracy or like, you know, tension while Unit looks the wrong way or anything like that, because we don't have enough episodes for it. So it'll all get resolved in this one. Anyway, the same people who sent Ted Campbell on his mission, you know, tried to kill Kate. And then we get this line. Are you having a fucking laugh, Russell T. Davies? She says that the Las Clementi are responsible for the Great Replacement Theory. Now, if you don't know what that means, it's the theory. And when I say theory, I mean 100% provable, demonstrable, measurable act, not theory, of piping millions of immigrants into a country in order to dilute the population and remove their national pride over a few generations. It's something that's been going on in the UK for about 30, 40 years now. And people have only just started cottoning onto it as it escalated in numbers and started referring to it as the Great Replacement. This is something that is no theory. It is obvious. You can see it walking down the street. It's not a theory. It is a thing that is being done, and it is definitely happening in the UK. But Russell, you know, keen to try and stop any more million-man marches in the middle of London, has decided that he needs to use his TV show to further fuck up the British population by using it as propaganda to ridicule any kind of Great Replacement theory. That, again, is no theory. It is actually happening. It's really, 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 really obvious to anybody who lives in the UK. And plenty of people who live in the UK talk to me every day and tell me, yeah, there's not that many whites around anywhere anymore, except in the country. So, bullshit. Long live ICE. UK needs a Trump. So anyway, that's what she says. It's a great replacement theory. And by the way, awesome screenshot again, opportunity there. But I can't resist. I've got to take it. I've got to take it right now. There it is. I got to get it. I got to get it. Boom. Got it. All right. There we go. French bitch. All right. There we go. Now back to the show. This is Russell at his worst, right? He is so on the nose with his writing. He writes like a teenager, but then he decides he's going to propagandize the writing, of course, and pump out all the slop, but also with an incredibly left-wing globalist tone. So by hearing this, they're hoping that people will go, well, oh, Great Replacement theory. Well, yeah, I've heard about that. It sounds stupid, doesn't it? When what's actually going to happen is people are going to react like I have. They're going to say, fuck you, Russell T. Davis. Fuck you, you useless, rusty tin dildo. You shouldn't be writing anything, you propagandist, socialist, communist piece of shit. But there you go. Anyway, terrified of Homo Aqua replacing mankind, blah, blah, blah. So that's it. So the Las Clementi basically are even more right-wing than the right-wing that we've already seen in this because of course in a world where there are literal terrorists and suddenly now sea monsters coming out of the deep to threaten us and declare war on us, apparently the real danger, guys, is anyone voting conservatively. And I don't mean for the Conservative Party, of course not, but of course this is Russell exercising his terror of reform. Fucking useless idiots, Marxist piece of shit. Anyway, whatever. It turns out that there's a connection, and it's our mate, Dick Dastardly, or as it turns out, his name is Sir Keith Spears. Spears in the chat. That's right. That's him. Apparently, not only is he a filthy capitalist pig dog, but he also donated $100,000 once, which is not a lot of money in corporate donations to clandestine bodies, by the way. They're usually 10 times that, at least. But apparently he donated £100,000 or whatever to Las Clementi, meaning that he is a connection to the terror attack on the fucking terror attack, to the bombing of the Homo Aquans and the assassination attempt of Kate Lethbridge Stewart, which means that it can be tied back to the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister really, really, really doesn't want that to happen. And he's very, very scared and useless and impotent. But we mustn't think of the Prime Minister as a bad guy, though, guys, because, of course, that would be a really bad thing to do. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take care of him. We're going to deal with him, as the American douchebag says. Allow me to deal with this for you without it having any connection to the PM. He says, well, can we, no connection to me. He says, of course, no connection to you. He says, well, you better bloody do it then. So the next thing we see, a gunman shows up at this very nice looking house. He knocks on the door. Our boy Dick Dastardly, the mustache twirling capitalist wanker, opens his door and gets shot instantly. And that's that. That's the end of him. What? I mean, you've got 5 episodes, Russell, and we're in episode 4, and you've killed the closest thing we had to a bad guy. What are you doing? You fucking muppet. This is so shit. Shot him then. So that's it. And also the killer sprays H2O on the ground. And I'm now very confused because I thought H2O was the name of the coalition of government bodies that were supposed to be the good guys behaving on Earth, at least public facing. It's the Prime Minister and the President of America and all of them. Aren't they supposed to be H2O? I don't know. Or are they now writing that as if it's the fish guys that killed him? What is the fucking idea behind this? What is the plan? I don't know. I'm completely lost. But that's just watching this show in general. So whatever. Who gives a shit anyway? Who cares? It'll be over next week and we won't have to care anymore. So that's something nice. Anyway, down we are here then as the cage containing our fishy girl is dropped onto the outside area, outside somewhere, some dock. Unit's going to take her to Unit Tower, where apparently she'll be safe. And Tovey says, that's what they told us. He's getting a bit big for his boots now, is our callow, cowardly logistics manager who 4 days ago was still fucking shit scared of absolutely everything happening here. Anyway, then we get this fellow of his who apparently works for him. So he isn't a nobody. He does actually have people who work underneath him. This black fella here keeps calling him boss, of course. How very British immigrant of you. Calls him Mr. Ambassador. They have a little chat, and then basically the black fella keeps saying that when Salt gets to Unit, she'll be sushi, mate. She's gonna be sushi, mate, except in a slightly ethnic accent. She's gonna be sushi, mate, like that. There you go. I'll shank you, fam. There we go. He goes, that's kind of offensive, mate. And excuse me, I forgot this is Barclay Pierre Dupont, who fucking hates humans and wants all fish. He's a fish supremacist, this guy at this point, and he's supposed to be our ambassador. Awful scene. This is trash. Okay, we're about to see a couple of the biggest contrivances you will ever see in a TV show. Okay, so one way or another, despite his not having any reason to ask and the guy being extremely suspicious, Barclay clocks the empty truck that they've loaded the container containing Salt onto and asks for the keys and says, I'm your boss. And he pulls rank on this black fella to get the keys off him. And he gets the keys and he walks on over just slowly as fuck. And immediately the bitch from episode 1 says to him, what are you doing? Why'd you give him the keys? Like, I mean, isn't he entitled to it or something? I don't know. I mean, it's a stupid plan. He should have got tackled to the ground immediately by any one of the armed guards, literally, who could have just pointed their guns at him and gone, freeze. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen. And Barclay is going to be permitted to get into the truck. And then 2 or 3 squaddies and the woman get in the way. 4. And I know. We're building up to a big one, John. We're building up to a big one. Says, we're just basically going to have to watch as this whole scene plays out. Okay. So she threatens him. We could talk with Salt. Just look around. You're not going to be able to go through us. And then our boy here with this just sudden air of confidence that he's never had before, as the music gets like super zoomed in, almost as if you're expecting like a line from a Hideo Kojima game or something. He just suddenly goes, who said I was going forward? So then he, slams on the brakes and no one is shooting at the engine or the tires or anything to try and stop this really normal looking lorry. As he reverses it, okay, hard stops at the edge right above the water of the River Thames, right? Fucking, this is so stupid. stops dead right on the edge. You're lucky. Do you drive lorries every day? Do you? Fucking hell, that could have gone wrong. The case somehow comes off from being chained to it. You were lucky there, mate, that chain was really weak. It slides instead of falling. Slides right off into the water, and it doesn't float. Starts to sink and opens. It fucking opens. And she's out. Just like that. Tommy Cooper could have done it for as good as that. Just like that. And she's out. She's freed. Just like fucking what? 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 All right. So she's escaped. Okay. Good. Fucking Barkley then has time. No one is running at him, right? He has time to get out. He only went about, I don't know, 40 feet. That's like 10 paces jogging. It's like 10 paces running. These guys are elite soldiers above the army for the Unified Intelligence Task Force of the world, and they can't keep up with him. He gets out, legs it, the desk jockey. He's worried about being blamed. I don't fucking care about him. We'll never see him again. Everyone's like, don't, Barkley, don't. Shoot him. Shoot him in the fucking leg. He's gone rogue. Stop him. You fucking imbeciles. The amount of contrivance that had to just happen in the last 20 seconds, not even 20 seconds, fucking 15 seconds, is off the scale. It's off the chart. I don't understand how this was suffered to happen. You have to be a complete brainlet to write a scene like this. Contrived to 11. Of course he jumps straight into the ocean. No one like caps him in the knees or anything to try and stop him. The most important POW that humanity has ever had, and nobody stops him. No, and he's off. And then he gets into the sea. Get in the fucking sea, just like this show should. And then what's her face swims over to him, right? So she finds him instantly. I suppose that may be possible. And then grabs him and begins to swim away. Now, I'm showing you that in motion, and I don't care what the beeb does, right? Because this superhuman fish woman, born in the water, can move from 7, 8, what is it you said, kilometers? Why are they doing kilometers? You're in England, mate. 8 kilometers down. Okay. Fucking hell. Like 5 miles down. She manages to go 5 miles up from the ocean floor to the surface in a matter of about a minute. Right? She swims like the fastest runners run. Well, no, yeah, she's faster than 5 miles in a minute. Yeah, no, it's way faster than that. You can't do that. No one can run that fast. She swims 5 miles in a minute to get him out of the sea, right? After the explosion. And now she grabs him, and no one thought perhaps we should have her sort of go, boom. No, we get this, where she swims like a fish, but at an incredibly slow speed. Like, the speed of a human carrying someone else trying to swim away. And not a trained swimmer either. She can swim at the speed of a fucking bullet when she needs to. But in this scenario, she swims at the speed of a 40-something-year-old actress. Everything is wrong. Everything is wrong with this fucking show. And then they're still there, and they just sort of run to the edge, and nothing. No, oh, I want you guys down the river. This bitch can swim at 5 miles a minute, right? Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. That is, for fuck's sake, man. Fucking insanity. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, what is going on? She can swim at 300 miles an hour. And they think they're going to catch her. This is absolute fucking bullshit. All right, anyway, she says, I've got a plan. Oh, we've got a problem. And then Kate's very angry with Russell's stupid name. She says it. Then they find out that they're on the run, which is nice for the family who find out he's alive. Christ. Then even the Chinese are going, Barclay Pierre Dupont. Barclay Pierre Dupont. And then old woman who's still on the news even after fucking hell. Hello, Rhoda. Even after everything happened, she's still working in TV in Russell T. Davis's universe. Can't think of her name anymore. She's going, is Barclay DuPont a collaborator? It certainly looks that way. A collaborator with who? The fish? Well, I mean, the problem is, you see, you guys are all for diplomacy with the fish, aren't you? Isn't that the narrative? So why are you calling him a collaborator? Whatever, anyway, he and she are on the run now. We get more sad scenes. Oh, that's it. She says, the wheelchair bitch says to Kate, you need to sleep. You need to go home. She's still not having it. She says, if you don't go home, I'm going to call your daughter. She says, my daughter's in Dubai. So that's how we find out about that. She says she thought nobody knew. And Bingham says, well, for what it's worth, we were all very happy for you. Not a raised eyebrow at Unit at a 39-year-old man dating a 60-year-old woman. Nah. Age is just a number, mate. And of course, don't forget, we're in the era of young men falling in love with old women. We keep seeing it in movies and stuff. There was that Zac Efron movie as well with oh God, who was in that? Nicole Kidman or something? She looks awful these days. Anyway, so there we are. That's where we're at now. So bad. So bad. So I can't believe everyone was happy for her, because you'd raise an eyebrow. You would. Nonetheless, she old. And they're all on red alert, of course. She says she's going to go to a hotel. Then she finds out Keith Spears has been gunned down, says it's an act of terrorism, then does a double check and says, no, you know what? Maybe you should investigate that. Yeah, I think given that the guy was literally talking to you yesterday or earlier today, going, you can't stop us, Kate. I think maybe his mysterious sudden death right after your attempted assassination, probably a good idea to investigate that, isn't it? Don't you think maybe a no stone unturned fucking policy would be an outstanding idea at this time? Honestly, everyone in this episode is as stupid as Russell T. Davis. It's unreal. It's unreal how fucking insanely dumb everybody is in this show. Whatever, anyway. Then just as she's about to go home, there's a red alert, so she can't go home. And then she says, okay, I'm in charge. And everyone tells her, no, go home. And then she says, are you saying I'm unfit for duty? Yes, noted. It doesn't matter. So she's going to continue anyway. Now the Aqua fucks are coming, and they're coming to have another meeting in Imperial House, and they've brought a new life form with them. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What could that be? Anyway, regardless, we get another human-faced fish person walking out, the second one in the show. They are apparently quite rare, these people. And yet they keep sending them to us who blow them all the kingdom come. Whatever, anyway. What a shit show, man. He says, why are you all insane? Oh, and they call him male presenting as well. Because why not? I mean, you're a raging Marxist, socialist, communist. You are trying at every possible opportunity to felt capitalism. You are trying at every possible opportunity to felt gender. So why not also just throw in the term male presenting like you did with David Tennant, you fucking hack. Anyway, there we go again. No one is presenting their gender, okay? No one. And even if you're trying to, we ain't convinced. You are the gender that you actually are, and it's obvious. All right. Anyway, whatever. Everyone at UNIT is a woke douchebag at this point, so who cares anyway? So she starts off saying the usual shit, I'm Kate Lethbridge, Commander-in-Chief, blah, blah, blah. I stand before you tonight on behalf of the United Nations, yada. He says, why are you all insane? And I was like, yes, based Fishman is based. He is fucking based. Why are they all insane? Why is everybody in this entire show insane, including the guy who's asking why everybody is fucking insane? Oh, God, kill me, please, or pay me, someone. Anyway, his name, apparently, as it turns out, he refers to his fucking self as like a ripple in the waves or some shit. I don't give a fuck, man. He decides to take the name Tide. Okay, fine, bud. He says, why in the name of the waters would you do this? Why would you kill yourselves to attack us? Why are you beasts of such insanity? So she decides she's going to go rogue and do a Barclay and take out the earpiece. She says, they explain what the hell's going on, basically. And then finally he asks, this is real cringe as well, actually. She explains that humanity is a stupid race whose intelligence is running so fast, it's 1,000 years of our emotion. You certainly think a lot of yourself, Russell. Based on this show, I would say your emotion is running 1,000 years ahead of your intelligence. But that's me. I have an IQ in the triple digits. You don't, obviously. So there we go. Anyway, that causes stumble and fall time and time again. We're sorry. He says, I accept that response. He calls himself Tide, Ambassador Tide. He says, where is Ambassador Salt? She says she can't say. That means literally she can't say. She does not know. And to be honest, at the speed she swims, she could be virtually by fucking Africa by now. Who knows? Anyway, I mean, it is supposed to be late at night, isn't it? I don't know. Or is it during the day still? Because wasn't it nighttime when they shot Matey Boy? And so is it the next morning now? Like, what time is it? Don't understand. Fucking hell. Whatever. Anyway, he wants to know where Salt is, not because he wants her to be freed, but because they want to punish her. He says they were murdered and she helped a human. She has transgressed against the laws of nature, so she deserves to be punished. Sorry, I'm channeling my boss Nas Gungan there. Anyway, so now apparently that, by the way, if you're not sure, that makes Salt a damsel. Oh yeah, that's right. Our girl boss is now a damsel. How based of you, Russell. And and that means, of course, the two of them are fugitives now from both sides. So we really are doing West Side Story or Romeo and Juliet. Like, they are both enemies of both sides now. They are both considered traitors. You absolute fucking hack. Seriously. Russell T. Davis is like the Andrew Lloyd Webber of the written word. A whole bunch of noise that says nothing, and most of it's stolen from better other things. Anyway, there we go. they say they're going to escalate. Oh, and then they threaten them with their third ambassador. Anyway, whatever. They get away. And do they? No, they don't. Not yet. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He can't believe they've lost her. So he threatens them with the third ambassador that they can bring, which apparently is Rust. That's right, guys. These people from the bottom of the sea who are amazed, completely amazed by the existence of metal, right? They know how to make things rust. They can rust anything. He rusts his staff, which I suppose therefore is made of metal. I don't know. Apparently water is not confined to the seas. There is water in the air. They can rust the whole world if they want to. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. I am. I'm losing my mind. I say, Philip, what's that, turds? I have to fart. More entertaining than this. Unreal. Fucking hell. So, whatever, anyway. She said, he says, that's it. Well, you'll change your plan, so you'll change the world within 5 years. She says, that's impossible. He says, make it possible. One more thing, change the name of Earth. It's too dry. I'm sorry, but isn't Earth, is Earth really the designated official name of this planet? Isn't it Sol 3? The third planet of the Sol system? Isn't that its scientific name? We have to change that too. Doesn't matter anyway. We're going to get more things to ridicule in a second right here where they say, oh, we got owned. And then we got rusted. I'm sorry. Is this the time? Isn't this supposed to be a global threat? Isn't this supposed to be a threat of effectively the destruction of the entire human world? Like everything on Earth breaks at the same time. Effectively sending us back to the Stone Age. Isn't that what this is? Is it time to say, we got rusted? I mean, it's like, okay, I get it if I was saying it. And it sounds like something I would say. But you guys are there. You're in the world that this is happening in. You are in that world. And you are saying this. Joss Whedon, man. I start to wish Avengers had never happened. Maybe then people wouldn't be so quippy all the time. Never thought I'd get tired of quips. I'm tired of quips. Regardless, we move on. Then there's more planning, more fucking scamming. And then Barclay says he thinks he's got dysentery, E. coli, probably leprosy. But then she smashes a window, giggling like a kid. She's become really catty, bratty, chatty now. Is this what her personality was originally like then? Is that what she is supposed to be? Because if you think that the scene with the truck wasn't enough, get fucking ready for the entire thing to come crumbling down. See, look, she just said there, can you imagine when we woke and saw this world and all its structures? Oh, so you didn't know what they were made of. So you've spent, what, 50 years learning how to make everything in the world rusty? Just awful. Fucking awful. Anyway, she says, you're always so scared. You won't die. He thinks he's got all these fucking life-threatening illnesses. She says, I cleaned you. It might as well be a different actress at this point. She's so nice and chipper and almost like a young girl. like a teenage girl in the way she behaves in this scene. It's very strange, considering she's the same one who was like, my children choked on your fucking shit, you filthy apes. Now she's like, glass is so fascinating. Oh, don't worry, you won't die. I cleaned you. Fucking hell, buddy. Fucking hell. Talk about hooked on a feeling, yeah. All right. She says she cleaned him. She says, is that what you call a kiss? The pressure of two orifices sealed together in order to preserve a hyperbaric shield for the maintenance of your lung capacity. I already laughed at that. He says, don't start talking sexy. Now, where's the bit where she actually tells him she cleaned him? Come on. Come on. Where is it? Where is it, bitch? Explain. She cleaned him of protozoa. She took his breath and her gills filtered the dirt. Okay? So, she and her lot can apparently survive pollution, bacteria, and diseases, which are apparently caused by our pollution of the oceans, which is their chief gripe with humanity, right? In this universe, at the very least, they're being killed, apparently, by our pollution of the oceans. Are you getting to where I'm going with this now? She can filter that pollution to save his life, meaning it has no effect on her at all. So she genuinely can just void any and all threat that the pollution we dumped has to her. So that means then that they are immune to the very thing that they claim is killing them, and thus the central premise of this entire show is that they are threatened by us, which we now discover they are not. Russell T. Davies is the worst person in TV today. The worst. You give her the ability to filter the pollution to save him. In a show you based entirely on the premise that our pollution is killing them. Why is any of this happening, Russell? The whole thing just collapsed. The whole plot. Literally, the entire fucking thing, the whole central premise of this show just went to death. What's the threat? What's the stakes? Nothing. Nothing anymore. Were you mistaken? You fucking idiot. So anyway, there you go. That's when she tells him she kissed him and blah, blah, blah. And he says, don't start talking sexy. It's like, excuse me, wait a minute. Aren't you meant to be terrified of her? I mean, okay, you felt a bit of a closeness and she got off with you to save your life. But now you're just flirting with her. Now you are just flirting with her. She doesn't even know what that means. She says he has a good neck. It is a good neck. Oh, yeah. I bet she gives good neck. Fucking weird line. Strong. Yep. You should possess gill-form lamellae. After all, you already have very good fins, and she makes a joke about his ears. And then skips off merrily. La, 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 la. He goes, is that a joke? It was, oh, well, we're just now on the run. People from both our worlds chasing us. And she develops a sense of humor. Well, at least somebody bloody said it, Barclay, because I'm confused. This woman was threatening our entire species 2 episodes ago. She welcomed you and you were terrified to meet her again. Then you suddenly fell in, I can only assume, lust with her. Because it can't be love. That's not how it works, buddy. And now she's flirting with you and you're flirting with her and she's making jokes. What is this show? Who are these people? These are not the same characters from episode 1. This is ludicrous. Now she starts going really, really loudly. Really loudly. And he's like, shut up, calm down. She says, I am liberated. And she starts doing this reeing, trilling, screeching across this warehouse. Where's the tone? Where is the tone of this show? What is happening? You have to build up to moments like this. You have to earn them, Russell. You haven't earned a damn thing. This is fucking mental. Now it's like it's as daft as a Disney movie or something. It is completely all over the place. So they both start screaming because she wins. Fucking hell. Why doesn't Unit come kicking the fucking door down? It doesn't look like they're very far away. They're still around the Thames. They could have been in fucking, I don't know. They could have been in Monte Carlo by now. And she's, and they're still at the River fucking Thames. They've got nowhere. She can swim hundreds of miles an hour and apparently protect you from the pressure of such a journey. You could be anywhere in hours. You could be in France by now. You could then easily just dip back into the ocean, swim down a river, make your way to fucking Italy, and bugger off across the Mediterranean. You could be in Egypt by dinner time. Well, maybe not dinner time, but for fuck's sake. Insanity. So, now we come to this. Yeah, they don't have a home. They just randomly spawn in the thousands. Oh, well, then it shouldn't be too much of an issue that they blew up a couple of thousand of you. Just make some more. It makes it sound so inhuman. Anyway, she says we have happiness, we have anger, we have love, we have blah, blah, blah. And also the other question, of course, that no one's been asking throughout this entire series, and not where's the doctor, but in the absence of a doctor or a TARDIS, how the fuck can they speak to each other? Anyway, he says, like, you know, what about you? And she says, oh, we have the water, Barclay. We live in the water, of the water, for the water. Of course, because they have to be so perfect and poetic and beautifully written like that. We don't love the air that much. You know, we don't love the earth that much. We don't love anything that much. We don't even love ourselves that much. How does she know so much about us? She says we must look like apes. He says we must look like apes to you, stomping around, well, like apes. Oh, fucking great writing. She says you've mapped entire galaxies in the sky. How'd you know that? She says all these other things, you know, that we've done these amazing things. We're so great, the human race. You hated us 2 episodes ago. Hated us. She then basically, we never did that. All right, so now you're a race traitor as well. Are you a species traitor as well? What is the tone of this show? She says, we love the water. Maybe it weighed us down. He asks what they're going to do to her. She says, I would swim alone forever in the vastness. And he goes, like a shark. What? What? Are you an idiot now, Barclay? Why'd you say anything? Why didn't you say what, completely alone? You know, he goes, like a shark. She says, a shark is a soul that is dead. I would live with a dead soul. So in other words, she'd be banished. She's already fucking banished. She's already on the run, can't go home. She's basically banished. What's the difference between being told to fuck off and having to fuck off? Really not much. Idiot. Anyway, then she gets closer to him and she says, "You people are so complicated. You apply fabric to your bodies, leather to your shoes, and yet you burn with animal heat." And you're like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Suddenly it's all getting a little bit bow chicka wow wow in here. You're getting that vibe. If you're watching, you are getting that vibe big time. She says, there's a loneliness in you. Oh, so that's what they've got in common, is it? She says, we watched you for so long. We could feel you burning on the land. Now they're so close and she's being so seductive despite the fact that they're fish. Isn't she supposed to lay her eggs and then bugger off so he can fertilize them? Fuck it now. She says, I think we would always have found you. Okay, first things first. If you needed to find us, how were you watching us? How did you watch us and know all about us if you never found us? It's just anything, isn't it? You'll just write anything, Russell. Any old shit. Anyway, she says, because your heat is irresistible. Oh my God. It's going to happen, isn't it? Wet side story. Wet side story. She says, is that fear? Your heart is racing. It gets worse. It gets even more cringe. What's the cringiest thing you could possibly do in this situation, right? What's the cringiest thing you could possibly do? Think about it. Think about it and tell me. It's not fear exactly. Your heart is clamoring now. Okay. He said, oh, well, I'm just excited because you see, when you pressed your lips against me and you created that hyperbaric shield, everything just felt so, oh. We have arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Wet side story.
What the hell is even that?
That is a man kissing a fish. There's a man kissing a fish. It gets worse, believe it or not. It actually gets worse. What does that taste like? Oh, great, now there's a donkey involved. All right. He says, I thought you'd be cold. She says, I can regulate my body. I did it for you. She did it for you. And then, oh my God, the cringe, no, no. He says, yeah, I'm sort of regulating my body for you too. And you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? You know what that means? Boing! Our boy Barclay's got a boner. And if they just left it at that, it would only be an 11 on the cringe vomitization monitor. But no. He tells her that he's regulating and she looks down and says, so I see. Okay, stop. I want to get off. She understands the implication of a human male erection and is excited by it. You know, sexually. She is delighted to see that he has a big stonk on for her, which we didn't need, Russell. Why'd you put this in it? It's not Torchwood. Well, it's a bit Torchwood. But why did you need to put that line in here? Why? Why, Russell? Why? So she's really pleased that he's got a boner. Fuck, you know. I should never have had to say this on this channel. Ah! He says, "Is that okay? You know, that I'm sitting here with a boner and you're a fish." No, it's not, Barclay. It's not okay. It's not at all okay, Barclay. It's not at all okay, Russell. It's not at all okay, Pete. It's not at all okay, BBC. It's not even approaching okay. We have long since departed the realm of okay. This is disgusting. She says, "It's wonderful." I may throw up. I don't know what to...
This is the end.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Why? Why am I reviewing this fucking scene? What happened to my life to get me to this point? How am I here doing this right now? Why? And they make out. And they make out. And they make out. Please, please, please kill me. Kill me. Or somebody rain money down on me. It's the only way this is worth it. Oh. So Kate's wandering alone, which she definitely shouldn't be, considering someone's trying to kill her. And I almost thought that we were going to get her death scene here, but no. Instead, we get the already fabricated wall of sad for the people who died. And she looks at the various pictures of her boy, you know, who, by the way, is way too young for her. And the young Asian lady who looks much friendlier in that picture than normal. And, of course, General Austin Pierce. Thanks for dying. I don't want to hear that accent anymore. And we completely stop. So we've just had, and I don't know about if you know about this, right? But sexual excitement and death are more or less the most opposite things that a person can feel. Right? I mean, one is temporary, fleeting, hot, and exciting, and the other is cold and stark and depressing and fear-inducing and sorrowful and black and nasty and awful and horrible. And you've just had two scenes back to back that are tonally entirely the opposite. So while Barclay is banging the fish, Kate is lamenting that she can no longer bang a man 21 years younger than her. And then finally we get the scene where she actually openly cries her eyes out in the car. And you know what? Fair enough, Kate, I suppose. At least somebody is behaving like they probably should be. A 48-hour, well over 56, maybe 60 hours she's been awake at this point and witnessed the death of her beloved boy toy. And it's taken her this long to have a complete nervous breakdown. Madness. Madness. And then she just sucks it up again. She's fine again. I swear to God, man. Like, the most stoic man who ever lived couldn't do this. It's insane. Cries like a baby, of course. We've all been there. You know, we have. And, oh, shit. I forgot about this. Salt tells Barclay in their afterglow that she chose her name correctly because he tastes of salt. Now, if I were to be as charitable as I can possibly be here, I would say, no, I suppose I could say maybe he sweated on her. Might taste a bit salty. It's not like he's had a shower. But no, I think, Barkley, I guess Chad move because, first time with a fish and you finished in her mouth. All right. Okay. Whatever floats your boat, buddy. Anyway, he tells her what she tastes like. And I was thinking, fish, But no, he says, I don't know. You taste of, I don't know, horizons. What? Jesus. That's got to be the worst line yet. That's worse than, is my erection okay, fish woman? It's wonderful. I swear to God, this is what's in this show. I didn't put these subtitles here. What does she taste like? Sardines? I fucking don't know. So anyway, they decide, fucking hell, there's still so much more to go. She says, aren't you with the army? Is there no one you can trust? He says, no, we're above the army. If you break the rules, they'll just vanish you. So apparently UNIT is in the habit of vanishing people. They say that Kate is a good person. So maybe they should just run away and try and communicate with her. And then Barkley suddenly has a plan. The plan is to get a car and go to North Wales. He says he's got a mate who's a bit of a nutter. It's a bit like John, basically, problematic white guy. Says he's done like 5 years in the regular army, and then he's a bit of a conspiracy theorist. He lives in a bunker somewhere, we can hide with him. How do you know him? All right, whatever, doesn't matter. Says then we can get a message to Kate and we can try and talk to her. We could try. He says, oh, is North Wales nice? He says, oh, yeah, it's beautiful. It's full of lakes and waterfalls. She goes, I could live in lakes and waterfalls. Seriously, that's the way she says it. That's the way she says it. I don't know why, but she says it like a child. She says it like, like listening to fucking Ariana Grande in an interview. I could live in lakes and waterfalls. What the fuck is this woman? She's schizophrenic. I could be the witch of the waterfall. Oh, shit. What are you talking about? What is this show? He says, yeah, you could be the witch of the waterfall. She says, live with me in the waterfall. And then kisses him again. But how would we get there? It doesn't matter anyway. They decide that the best thing they could possibly do is rob this young man, threaten that she'll eat him if he doesn't hand over his phone. And Barkley is like, right there, Sonny, listen, I've got you. Suddenly we've got tough guy Barkley. Tough guy, criminal. Hold on, Sonny, I've got you there. What's this? Oh, what we got here? This is your phone, innit? That's what I want. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want, what's that you got on there? Face lock. Smile for the camera, mate. Smile for the camera. Thank you for your services to king and country. Now, fuck off. Don't tell anyone about this or she'll come and eat you at midnight. And he runs off. Ah! All Barkley was waiting for his whole life to become a man was the right fish to come along. Oh, I swear, I hate it. Says, shall I hiss again? Why is she like this now? She's mental. So anyway, he says, I was a bit of a pretty cool dad, actually. I gave my trans kid a second line to be a cool dad. So he calls his daughter on the second line, who, of course, is a they, them. He's like, hello, it's me. Oh, my God. Don't say my name. I'm fine. I haven't got much battery on this, but we've got to be careful, love. Calls her love, even though he refuses to give her female pronouns, but whatever. Anyway, it's fucking... I don't know why I still kind of don't mind Barkley, but he is starting to drive me up. He's getting on my tits big time. Whatever, anyway, doesn't matter. He says, I need to speak to Mum. Tell her to call me from the bathroom, okay? Because I suppose he thinks the hotel's bugged or whatever. So she gets out of the bed, calls him back, says he needs to borrow the car. You'll get it back. I don't know when you'll get it back. And she's like, are you with Salt? He says, yeah. And then, as we see, everything he's planning with her on this rendezvous on the bridge is being heard by a bunch of fucking unit soldiers. So she's blatantly, I mean, rookie mistake. Would you think they wouldn't have fucking been setting up in your wife's hotel room, Barclay? Don't you work for them? My God, man. Imbecile. So he now believes they've made it. So they're going to do a runner and they're going to try and get to the whichever bridge it is, Festival Bridge. So, of course, they've got Captain Kamalo, who's going there, whoever he is. And then, Barclay and Salt. They're going to go get him. And it just when they said it, it made me think, crime busters of the sea. But no. Anyway, it doesn't matter because apparently the army have found out and Whitehall has given the American military dickhead command of the British forces of His Majesty's army. So, His Majesty. So anyway, what's going to happen now is, I'm just going to skip to the end. I can't bother with this shit anymore. They get to the bridge, they spot his wife, and they run over. They saunter over in this sort of casual jog as all these soldiers train their guns on them. And Barclay, who works for UNIT, doesn't even clock that it might be a trap. He doesn't even think that it might be a trap. He goes running really quite slowly. La, 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 la. Oh, by the way, we get this really weird shot at one point where they're sort of running out of the bridge. I'm trying to find it. I'm not sure where it is. There's this shot where they're running towards her through a bridge. Where is it? Through a tunnel or something. No, it's before this. I've missed it. And you get her yellow fins like hanging out underneath her other fins or whatever. Although, is she wearing a jacket now? No, she's not. But so they run along and it looks like she's wearing a skirt. It's weird. Anyway, Captain Kamalo has been detained by the army. So you've now got UNIT and the army heading for the same bridge to intercept the same people for different reasons. I wonder if this is going to work out. Meanwhile, Barbara, who's not only a bitch, but apparently fucking useless, takes this long to tell Barclay, it's a trap! Run! Never thought to just scream it at the top of her lungs the second that she clocked him? Nah, she lets him get right there before telling him, run, Barclay, it's a trap. And everyone runs and goes 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 and goes. Now you've got General Dickface and Kate Lethbridge Stewart measuring their dicks against each other as they all discover that it was, in fact, a deep fate from Las Clementi. So their secret plot is no longer a secret. Fucking hell. So now they've got two armies trying to take possession of them. Well, not really him, just her. And he won't let him. He walks over to UNIT and tries to reason with him. And the UNIT soldiers just pick him up immediately. And he's just abandoned her. So now she's on her own. What the fuck were you thinking, mate? You were the only thing stopping them from opening fire on her. Like, don't you think there might be something sketchy going on, considering that the last time you tried to have a diplomatic discourse with them, a fucking bomb went off that you knew nothing about? Why are they so stupid? Anyway, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're prepared to kill her. UNIT isn't. So now UNIT is training their rifles on the soldiers. So it's a fucking standoff. UNIT wouldn't dare open fire on the British military because then they'd be committing an act of war on the UK, effectively, which is their base of operations. And Barclay tells her, and she looks pathetically afraid here, not at all terrifying, despite what she seems to be capable of as one of them. Okay. Anyway, eventually, she has no other choice but to unleash the full power of a sonic boom from her fucking vocal cords, an ability that she probably could have used to some use before this, but whatever. And I'm not sure exactly why, but the only person that it doesn't affect at all is Barclay. Maybe because he's been inside her. That's the only possible reason I can think of that her sonic shriek would not get Barclay. Unless she has that level of power over her vocal cords that she can... no wonder she gives good neck. that she can target everyone except one person with a sonic shriek. That it's fucking insanity. It's absolute insanity. This is writing for fucking children. It's unreal. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He tells her to jump. She jumps. She swims. He runs for her and he screams, "I'll find you, Salt. I'll find you." As they take possession of him, he screams, "You'll never swim alone. You'll never swim alone. You will never swim alone." I hate this fucking show. Credits. That is the worst thing I think I've ever seen. Just revisiting it. You know what? Fuck it. This was inflicted on me. 1 out of 10. No! 0 out of fucking 10. Goodbye. Get in the sea. Worst thing I've ever seen. Unreal. That's it. Review over. Oh my God. Give me 1 second. I need to drink this. Yeah, you'll never walk alone. That's what I was channeling there. Yeah. Fucking hell. Hope I didn't butcher it too much. Oh my God, guys. That was so long. I'm so sorry. That was an hour and a half of just me talking solidly. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We got some fucking comments here. We got some comments. We certainly do have some comments. What we got? Hooked on a Feeling. Oh, Bromeo and Halibut. That's very good. What else we got? What else we got? Bark Cray. The CGI. Yeah. A lot of unhinged, unminged. Oh my God, chat. What a fucking shit show. Let me get to these super chats that came in. First off, we have Sardoc of the Spam. I'm not saying the other word. It says, yeah. Then Skibbity G says, "Fish people, really? Who wrote this? It was Russell T. Davis." Thank you both very much for those. Appreciate you. Yeah. Then James OP, or James OP, I should say, for the $10, thank you very much, says, "Depends on the fish. Corey catfish spit not swallow. They take the gunk from many males, spits it on the glass, then lays the eggs on it. I used to own a tropical fish store. I used to raise my own stock." All right. You justify it then. Okay. No, fair enough, man. Some fish apparently don't just lay the eggs and bugger off. But it still doesn't explain how they have sex with a fucking human being now, does it? Jesus Christ, what a fucking mess. Unbelievable. Thank you for at least tying it to $10.
10.
Appreciate you.
Drop it.
Buddy, thank you very much for that, James. Appreciate you, man. Oh, we survived, chat. We survived. Garrett Griffin for the $5 says Wet Side Story scene. Cue preacher clip. Why? Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Why did they do this to me? I swear to God, everyone associated with that whole show really needs a slap. But no one needs it more than Russell T. Davis, the hackiest hack of all hacks who ever hacked, the Hack King in Minecraft. Unfucking believable. Total cringe. Total cringe. Thank you very much, Garrett. Appreciate you, buddy. I really do. For the 5 buckaroonies. And thank you very much for that. And Sardock is last but not least with £2 of legitimate currency. Again, thank you very much. Says, always look on the bright side of life. Yeah. The angrier I got there, the more I started to regress back into my Lutonian accent as well, which is quite interesting. So there you go. I could feel it too. I started, the sort of Luton Mockney accent started coming out of me like really strongly as I got more and more intolerant. Interesting that. Interesting. Yeah. Thank you very much. Very much indeed, everybody. I appreciate you. You're all fucking awesome. This show is just unbearable. This show is literally just unbearable. I don't know what else to say. It is shocking how bad it really is. Really quite incredibly shockingly bad. It's hard to believe that this was even made. I can't believe someone looked at these scripts and said, yeah, you should definitely go ahead and make that, Russell. That's a great idea. Great idea, mate. Great idea. You fucks. It's really quite incredible that it happened at all. Really amazing. I don't understand how this was tolerated, how it was suffered to exist. You know, really, I don't. It's fucking baffling. Baffling. I'm genuinely gobsmacked. I genuinely could not believe how fucking bad that was. Stunning. Anyway, you guys are fucking awesome. I appreciate you all very much for the support. I really do. You're legends. And yeah, we'll move on to hopefully something a little bit more, sensible and palatable now as we attempt to regain my sanity for the duration of the remainder of the stream. What else are you guys saying? How did she get out of a metal box? Oh, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Yeah, no explanation for that. No explanation for that. This is a female romance novel written with sci-fi elements. A boner joke, a kiss fail. Ask her if she'd like some tartar sauce. Your Honor, the evidence itself is clear and I need to puke. Oh, great, now there's a donkey involved. That was me. Just a lot of John going, ha, 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 ha. Fuck you, John. You're fired. Sorry, that's Toasty's job. I already did that joke today. Oh, no, you guys, man. One smell tastes like surströmming. I don't know what that is. How did that trash get in the sky? Oh, because they flew it up there. Well, I suppose at that speed. She's a siren too. Yes, indeed. She's a siren too. James is back for another $5. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you, man. I fucking need it today. I'm going out of my mind. Says, do you see that last Lara Croft I DM'd? Just a bit of fun. Having a really bad MS day. Didn't expect to get much done today on the build. Palette cleanser. Sorry to hear you're having a bad day with the MS, mate. I wish I could help. Hopefully my anguish and toil here will give you a reason to smile. I'll take a look. Let's have a look and see what you've done. Where are we? Whoa, hello. That'll do. Hello, dear. Very nice. I think I can maybe make something with that. Hang on. Let me get this open and we can have a little look-see. Where are we? Here we are. Boom. There you go. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Hell yeah. That is amazing. Very, very nice. Nicely done, James. Very good. She needs to just have one ponytail instead of two. But you know what? I don't think we care much about that, do we? I don't think we care. At this point, I've probably got enough different versions of Lara to create an entire video of just Laras. Probably. I think I might, you know, thinking about it. Thank you very much for the $5, buddy. Appreciate you. Good God, guys. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? That is unreal. Totally unbelievable. I'm actually, now that I've just gone through it, I almost can't move past it. I'm sort of stuck in a mental loop at the moment, just trying to come to terms with what I've just had to do, right up to and including singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," which I started way too high. Yeah, Rhoda would appreciate that. They'll probably also appreciate my singing. But what we got here? What's this? First time I played the game and heard the laughter, I knew exactly who it was. Let me have a look. What do we got, chat? What do we got? Let's have a look. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's have a look. Here we go. Brutal Legend. Yeah. No doubt about it. Ozzy.
Well, it's about fucking time.
It's about fucking time.
Not bad. Looks like you figured out the instructions okay. You've got some...
I forgot he was even in it.
Some demon flesh on your bumper.
On your bumper? You brummy.
But that's the way the world is today, I'm afraid.
That's the way the world is today, I'm afraid.
Who? Oh, me. Oh, I'm nobody. I'm just a guardian of metal.
Oh, just a guardian of metal.
Wow, great.
It's funny that they made this game, isn't it? It's funny what it turns into as well in the later stages with the tactics and shit. It really is a very strange, very, very niche game. Like, to do a game that's just completely about metal.
So, you want to help me fight demons and stuff?
Nah, I'm not a fighter. I'm more of, what should we say, a keeper of timeless secrets.
Secrets.
So, prove yourself worthy. Maybe I'll share some with you.
There you go. Fucking classic. Fucking Aussie. We love it. That'll do. That put me in a much better mood. Well done. Funky says, fish puns. Oh no, not been talking about the Who spin-off The War Against the Sea. Twats for short. That'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah, because the actual abbreviation of it is Twiblats. Twibtlats. It's fucking I'm just unbelievable. Anyway, there you go, guys. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Please keep it up. We are 55%, 56% through to the goal. If we can get to the goal, get another one by the end of the week, we get Jackbox. So that would be nice. Ultimate palate cleanser there, especially with all the shit that we've been through this week. Okay, let's talk about some gaming. Let's do some gaming news. All right. I went to talk about some of these yesterday, but we never got time because time is not my friend, as you can tell, since we're already at nearly 2 hours. I just finished my fucking review. But to be fair, it was exceptionally bad. So there you go. Knights of the Old Republic developer promises to release Fate of the New Republic before 2030. Womp womp. 2030? That is relatively insane. So obviously we saw this game. It got announced. I was kind of baffled at first by the fact that it existed at all, then by the fact that everybody else on the panel, when I streamed with Hypno and that for the Game Awards, everybody else seemed to be excited. I'm cautiously optimistic, but especially with Casey being part of it, Casey Hudson. But I do feel that there are some red flags already. Number one, why isn't it just KOTOR 3? Number two, girl boss. Definite potential for a girl boss. You know, massive red flag there. Number three, 2030. So this is like your average Star Wars movie production then. You'll announce something, you give us a trailer for it, or in this case, they give us a CGI trailer for it, which shows literally nothing at all besides concept, and not even that really. And then you tell us that the window you're shooting for is before 5 years from now. Mate, I could be dead by then. Hope not. What the fuck, man? Like, my kids will be playing games by then. That's crazy. What are you talking about? Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, the new Star Wars game announced during the Game Awards, will be released before 2030. And that took what was sort of a wait and see approach that I was having to, oh, no. This is a Disney shit show. This is just going to be one of those games that gets announced and then never comes out. Like Beyond Good and Evil 2 or Half-Life. Well, no, it's never been announced. But you know what I mean? Or Elder Scrolls 6. It's never coming. You know? This is insanity. At this point, what will we get first? The Elder Scrolls 6 or KOTOR? It's completely stupid. The rumors started after games journalist Jason Schreier of Bloomberg took to social media Blue Sky. Why? No one's on Blue Sky. Only the renegades and lunatics are on Blue Sky. And people like me who go in stealth to felt people. Talk about Fate of the Old Republic. Next entry in Knights of the Old Republic series, not counting the remake. What's up with the remake? Why didn't we get an update on that? Should it arrive first? Yeah, very skeptical. Fate of the Old Republic was in the early stages of development and creation. In other words, you're still drawing the concept art and deciding what the fuck it is. If you're even drawing the concept art. Black and White 3 will come first. You can't even get 1 and 2 anymore. Good point. So there we go. That's what he said. Hudson founded a new game studio called Arcanaut, which means that this is also a brand new studio that's supposed to be making this. First project. Born into AAA. Hudson founded a new game called Arcanaut Studios, which is partnering with Lucasfilm to make Fate of the Old Republic. As such, Schreier said that a 2030 release would be optimistic. Whoa, buddy. Yeah, optimistic guess. Maybe it'll be a PlayStation 7 game. Fucking insane. Picking up on this, many speculated that a 2030 release of Fate of the Old Republic was all but confirmed, but Hudson posted a message on X saying this is not true, and it will arrive earlier than 2030. Ooh, well, I should definitely start saving up me pennies then, shan't I? Rhoda says, or Chess 2. Yeah, Chess 2 will come out, yeah. Baccarat 3. Don't worry about the not until 2030 rumors, he says. Game will be out before then. I'm not getting any younger. Oh, neither are any of us, mate. Fucking hell. That is insanity, though. This is certainly good news for fans who can't wait to jump back into Knights of the Old Republic period of Star Wars universe. Is it? I mean, will anyone even remember Star Wars by 2030? It's irrelevant now. Maybe it'll be due for a redemption arc. I don't bloody know. Either way, I'm not convinced anymore. I think this is just a stupid nothing story, and I won't probably be reporting on it again anytime soon. Just thought I'd have a laugh at how utterly stupid it is to even be talking about this game if the release date isn't until 2030 or sometime before 2030. Why even announce it? You should develop these games, then announce them. But oh wait, no, you're too risk averse for that, aren't you, AAA? You got to announce things first, see the reaction, and then decide if you're actually going to green light them. It's such a broken industry. And I've got a video coming up about that tomorrow. Inspired a bit by Hypno's video on Silksong, about just sort of Silksong, Expedition 33, the state of AAA versus the indies. So look forward to that. Skibbity G says we'll get KOTOR 3 before GTA 6. Good point. And thank you very much for €2, buddy. Yeah. Thank you. And yeah, so there you go. I think this is a completely ludicrous story. I don't see any point in really continuing to talk about this game. Almost any news that will come out about this will not come out until 2027. So file this under whatever. You know, there you go. And that'll be it. Anyway, release date 31st of December 2029. Yeah. All right, here's another random story. This is kind of depressing, but apparently it will be fixed. The Home Alone house, because it's Christmas, you know, and of course, we're all very game for... oh, by the way, I forgot. James gave me another $5. That music is gash, isn't it? I'm going to have to come up with something better than that. Yeah, because it's Christmas, I thought I'd do this, even though I normally wouldn't bother. But the Home Alone house. Now, everyone loves the Home Alone house. Of course, it's the stuff of legend. As much a character in Home Alone as the Wet Bandits or Kevin McAllister himself. More of a character than the parents, in fact. So, they vow to restore the interior from minimalist redesign that went viral. And I genuinely was like, what? Because if you had the Home Alone house, you'd probably keep it like that forever, wouldn't you? At least maybe modernize a few things, but basically keep the aesthetic. Well, apparently in 35 years, some people decided to go ahead and redecorate. That's the front of it as it looks now. But would you like to see the interior? It's a bit stark. There it is as it was in 1990. And this is it now. Allow me to get the tweets. That's then. This is now. Holy shit. It looks like a prison in the future. Like a lavish prison. What in the world were they thinking? Black and white. Everything. No color anywhere. Don't get me wrong, I live in a country where people paint their houses these gaudy, awful colors, and that's not good too. But white and black everywhere. And I mean everywhere, right? There's more. Look, there's the hall with the staircase where he slides down. Right? Beauty is, there's someone said here, beauty is vanishing from our world because we live as though it did not matter. Yeah. Liberals, yeah. All right, here you go. So this one we've seen. The kitchen. I guess it's brown, maybe? White and brown, not black. Still hideous. Fucking clinical. There's the master bedroom. With what looks like a virtual fireplace now. And the living room, the fireplace where the Christmas tree should be. It's astonishing. It's hideous. Hideously ugly. So there you go. It sold in 2025, though, for about $5.5 million, which is less than I would have thought. But then I guess I don't really know about American house prices. Look how they massacred my boy. If it was just an ordinary house, I'd say opening it up is improvement. But if you have the Home Alone house, you should keep it looking like the Home Alone house. Yeah. Not even the Wet Bandits committed such a heinous crime. Reminds me of generic brands that used to just have words on the label. Yeah. That's what it looks like. Christ. What a mess. There's a story here, a story of what happened to a once great nation. From a Ralph Lauren Christmas to a surgical theater. Whoever remodeled this should be incarcerated for the rest of their lives, says someone. No personality. Can we stop destroying beautiful vintage homes? Someone says they did that to their house and regretted it. Well, update. According to the New York Post, someone is going to restore it. Thank fuck. On the web bandits. I don't want video headlines. According to it, the news of the renovations come on the heels of Home Alone, Home But Alone No More, a memoir released this year by John Ambinshin, the previous owner who recounted living inside with his family during filming. Yeah, fair enough. We were free to roam and watch scenes as they were being filmed. That's cool. Never really thought about it, you know, but of course they filmed it in a real house. It's just one of those things, because I guess when I saw it, I was a kid, obviously. Never thought about the logistics of shooting a movie like that. Because once you do, you can't unthink it, and it dominates every thought you have while you're watching it. The curse of the film student. But, yeah, so according to this, it's, well, I guess it's just the headline then, because it's a fucking barely anything article. Is heading back to the future with a makeover that restores it to movie fame condition. Just in time for Macaulay Culkin to have been talking a little bit about doing a Home Alone sequel, which I think would be terrible. But it can't be any worse than the actual Home Alone 3-quel and 4-quel and whatever else they did. Fucking gash. Fucking gash. Anyway, couple of last quick things and then I'm out, guys, because I really have got to go. It's getting late. Supergirl teaser trailer dislikes rise as fans turn against James Gunn's Dour DCU. Dour to you Yanks. The Supergirl trailer was only released a few days ago, but it's already trailing behind James Gunn's Superman in one area: YouTube dislikes. Now, this is not a ratio, guys. I'm sorry, it's not. I wish it was, but it's not. It's genuinely not a ratio. It is, however, a weird indicator of the times, because there was a time when anything like this would immediately, of course, get liked up the ass, and you'd never really ever see the back of that. But in the case of the Supergirl trailer, it is on like 371,000 likes, but the dislikes are slowly raising. It's up to 43,000 now. So it's just an interesting look at what is going on at the moment with the it was 37k when the article was released. So if you haven't yet, anyway, the Superman trailer, on the other hand, has 21,000 dislikes after 6 months with over 36 million views. The Supergirl trailer has 9 million views and 29,000 it did at that time. Now it's got 15 million and 37,000 dislikes. So it is a ratio of sorts if you compare Supergirl to Superman. I would actually expect that it will go up quite a bit more by the time we get a second trailer. I think it might end up with a few people being swayed against it, because that fucking trailer was cringe as shit. Ultra terrible. So more people dislike the Supergirl trailer in the space of a day than dislike the Superman trailer in 6 months, and the number is going up. Considering Superman was not exactly a blockbuster hit, this doesn't bode well for Supergirl. That's hilarious too, by the way, because I've seen some serious coping fucking tweets about that trailer. People going, it's gonna do bigger than Superman. Ha! Yeah, we're gonna get a girl boss Superman that outpaces the man himself. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna go bother seeing that shit unless I'm reviewing it at the time, and I haven't decided yet. And if it's as bad as I think it will be, then I'm certainly going to tell people not to go and see it. Flex what little influence I do have. But there you go. That article, a similar comparison was made before, and the Ironheart trailer, which had 344,000 dislikes to Superman 16 at the time. That article was written 2 days after the Superman trailer was released, meaning in the same time frame, Supergirl has over twice as many dislikes as Superman did. Not a surprise, really. It is important to note Supergirl's YouTube stats are not a disaster, like I said. But it really doesn't look very good, does it? The dog pissing on Superman, you know. Just the whole thing, the whole concept of a Kryptonian living like a fucking Hollywood debutante in her 20s. Like, what's she gonna do? Get out of her spaceship from Krypton with her pussy hanging out? Fuck's sake. Are any of you interested in Supergirl? I don't know. Super chat me your answer. I don't know. Anyway, it's fair to say that more people are turned off by the Supergirl trailer than they were by Superman's, even if the negative reactions are still in the minority. The reasons are likely some of the ones people like geeks and gamers, nerdrotic and critical drinker. Yeah. Among others have been highlighting the tone that seems derivative of James Gunn's other works. I mean, it is just a Guardians of the Galaxy movie by the look of it. She even makes friends, so she's not going to go it alone. He can't do anything but that movie. He can't do anything but an ensemble cast that sticks its middle finger up to convention and has old pop music playing. Such a weird thing. This is the problem as well. I said this when James Gunn was appointed. You can look back on the channel. When James Gunn was appointed with Peter Safran, I said, well, it could be really good. He is a good filmmaker. And I was optimistic, as long as he doesn't try to turn everything into Guardians of the Galaxy, which he did. And that's why the DCU is fucked. And don't get me wrong, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a great movie. I like the sequel too. I haven't even seen the third one yet, but I will eventually one day probably. Or the Christmas one, was that? I don't know what they did with that. I just don't think this is looking good at all. And I don't think that style should be applied to the DC universe, which is much more gods and monsters than you know, day-to-day life than the Marvel universe is, you know. So I don't know, you know, I just think maybe people aren't quite ready to realize how bad it really is yet, but this isn't going to work for DC, you know. Maybe the James Gunn fans will be in it, and then that will get felted when WB gets bought, and then we'll have two warring factions of felted, pissed off, butthurt fans, the Snyder fans versus the Gunn fans, rabbiting on and on and on endlessly forever about releasing the Gunn cut of Supergirl, while we're all just saying, end it all, please, just end it all. It's terrible. It's so bad. Let it die. You know? Or can someone competent please fucking just make a Superman movie that is almost exactly a shot-for-shot remake of the Richard Donner movie if you've got to make anything? It's baffling. Anyway, there you go. Guys, that's it for today. I am tapped and I have to go. So I was going to talk a little bit more about Marvel, but I'll save that for next time because the time is getting on. So I really appreciate you guys for being here. That's our show. Thank you so much to everybody in the chat for being here for the duration of that god-awful cringe. St. Hugo as well. Thank you. As Problematic John. Thank you. Paul Thomas Ashworth and Garrett Griffin. Mr. Sardock. Skibbity. James Zob. Garrett. Sardock. James up again and Skibbity again. Thank you all so very, very much. Keeping the channel alive. Keeping me alive. Princesses, thank you. I will be back tomorrow with the boys for WTF Live, Wanker of the Week, and of course, we'll be going over the usual news and cringe as well. So, hope to see you there. Thank you so much for being here. Catch you on the next one. Till then, take care, spike your hair, fuck Disney, fuck Nintendo, fuck the BBC, and fuck Russell T. Davis. Question everything, respect the fans, check out the Discord, link below. And I will chat to you next time. Oh, and a video is coming out in 45 minutes. Go check it out. Thanks.